and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Boy, was I in for disappointment when I entered the studio tonight. I swore Angelica Bridges was going to be sitting here doing that little lamb chop voice she does. Instead, we got Kurtwood Smith. He is from That 70s Show, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock on Fox, and does a wonderful, wonderful job as Red Foreman.
But I don't do lamb chops. So.
No, but I'll tell you, Drew.
Don't do that when the girl's in bed. It's very naughty. Wait till she leaves and then do it.
Yeah, it's great when a super hot redhead can do that crazy little lamb chop voice. But and monkey voices.
Oh, my God.
Jesus. Can you do any kind of animal noises at all, Kurtwood?
No, I don't. I don't. That's not on my resume. That's the one thing I don't do is animal noises.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, nothing I could do on the air. That's what I'm talking about.
I think I've said this before about the That 70s Show parents, that they are very realistic.
Yes.
And I was trying to think of a way to say it because it wasn't sounding complimentary, because I ended up saying, like, they're not these pretty boy parents that seem a little too young and a little too spry. They're real parents, and you guys make a great team.
Thank you.
I really do enjoy your work, and I've seen. I'm looking at the movie resume here. Deep Impact, Citizen. Oh, King. Oh, good. That scared the crap out of me.
Citizen Ruth.
Right. Yeah, Broken Arrow, Under Siege 2. Yeah, Dark Territory. Yeah, you play the heavy a lot. You're kind of you're not always the head a-hole, but you're right up there in the a-hole. There's like one a-hole above you,
right,
and that's it. But you get a lot of a-hole screen time. Hey, you seem like a very enjoyable guy, and you don't look like an a-hole. How does this happen?
I get all my a-holeisms out on the screen, see, so, you know.
But how does that work? Do you do, like, I'm looking at your resume here. Is it that you do Under Siege 2 or something, and then that's it? You get the a-hole label on you, and... Like, how does that work?
Well, you know, it's kind of like that. I mean, you know, I had the a-hole label a long time before.
High school.
Before that, but no, you know, I did. I did some television stuff, basically doing that. The first job I got in TV was actually playing the a-hole captain. You know, the guy who hates all the.
But he's got the sort of military a-hole thing going.
Yep, those two.
Does a good job of, he's a by-the-book kind of guy. Yeah.
Does not play by his own rules.
No, he listens to the a-hole that's just above him.
Well, you can lay it off on somebody. You know?
Anyway, That 70s Show, and now it's fifth.
100th show, I heard.
Finishing the 4th. Tomorrow is the last day of the season.
And now it's syndication. Here we come, and syndication. That's good.
Well,
that's
it's good for
right?
the producers.
Yeah, but you do all right?
By the time we go into syndication, it's about a third run for us.
Right.
So, you know.
Now,
did you think it was going to be this big a deal when it first?
I guess years ago, before I actually was on a series. Yeah.
No, but I mean, this show, did it have a sense?
Oh, you mean when we started?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in a sense, I thought the script was good, and and then once we started actually doing the show, you know, the cast was real strong, and we were in a good position with Fox. We were there with Carsey Warner. It was a new show it was their first time on Fox, and Fox was
good-minded.
Yeah, so
we've had most of the cast on, have we not?
Yeah, I think we've had just about. We
haven't had the guy on with the curly hair that wears the glasses like those that I wore in 1975.
Well, you gotta have him. You gotta have Danny on. Danny Masterson. Yeah. Oh, he's perfect for the show.
Drew,
I believe he hasn't been on.
Did you work as a technical consultant for that show in the nerd department?
But I could have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boy, Drew, we have not seen pictures of Drew for quite some time when he was in high school, but he was a disaster.
Oh, really?
A disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, kids. You do not know how lucky you have it today. You really don't.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like old man Carolla's coming at you, but I was I was doing some website commercial thing or something with Jimmy today, and he was making fun of my hair because it's all, it's a little wet now. But believe me, when it dries out, it gets all bushy and brillowy.
Hey, how you doing?
At least you got
Look
here.
at your hair.
He was having a good laugh, and I said, Jimmy, you should have seen this hair in 1977.
When you're trying
baby.
to blow dry it straight and feather it back?
Yes, it looked like Darth Vader's helmet. You understand? There was one way to wear your hair that was long.
It was Farrah Fawcett.
I was trying to look like Leif Garrett, or
Farrah
one of the
Fawcett.
Hardy Boys.
Right, there you
and I got this brillowy, dry Italian hair. I'm 30. I'll be 38 in a month. I mean, my hair was a hell of a lot sturdier
Fuller, yeah.
and even fuller when I was 14, 15, and it was a disaster. And I think to myself, you know what? Today, you can go to school with a shaved head. You can go to school with dreadlocks on a white guy. You can go to school with a full fro. Wear it any way you want to wear it. Wear mohawk, wear fade. Don't wear mullet, but wear it any way you want to wear it.
Anyway, it looks good.
Any way it looks
As
good,
opposed
right.
to...
Right. See, if you had long hair, you look like David Crosby, which was, if you were bald, you had to have a ponytail. Because it's like, hey, you need long hair. What are you going to do? Well, I'm bald. Well, you have some hair that's long?
You have 3.
Yeah, it's on the back of my neck. Grow it 3 feet long. Like,
You remember this?
yes, and if there was one guy, there was always one dude. In our school, it was Bobby Wilhide. One dude that had that ex-Marine dad who wasn't putting up with any of this commie hippie BS, and he wore that bowl cut. And you felt sorry. It was like, Bobby, sorry,
I was
brother.
embarrassed for 4 years.
Yeah. Or once in a while, a guy would show up with a crew cut, and it'd be like, what happened? Dad found a bong in my room. Oh, busted. Jesus Christ! Couldn't he have just grounded you for a month? He had to cut your hair. It was punishment. If you saw a guy with short hair, he was like ROTC or a chemo patient or you know what I mean? It was weird.
It meant something.
Oh yeah. You were not to be trusted.
Yeah.
Anybody with short hair was the military dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, kids, you got it lucky.
Get on your knees, scumbag!
Chris,
Yeah.
what's up?
Hey, Adam, you're my hero. Just want to say that.
Great.
You're on my shoe.
Thank you. Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're gay.
Thanks, Drew. I got a carpentry question.
All righty.
It's about my door, my back door.
Mm-hmm.
Doors are your specialty, are they not, Adam?
I've hung many a door in my day, yes.
All right.
It's the only time the word hung has been used in relation to you.
Thank you, jackass. Go ahead. Listen, I got some work to do on your back door, too, Drew, if you don't watch yourself. Go ahead there, Chris.
All right. All right. Yeah, my back door, it's a wood door, and it has one of those handles that's not a doorknob, but a handle that goes horizontal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so in order to open it, I have to kind of lift it up.
The door.
Yeah. By the handle, and it makes a really loud noise.
It's dragging on the bottom.
Yeah. It's kind of swollen, and like cold air flows in over the top.
Yeah. All right. It's sagging. I mean, here's the thing. Your door's like a square that's inside of another square, in a way, which is the door jamb. And the square that's in the middle, which is the door, starts to sag a little. So if you can picture that square sort of tilting down a little, it drags on the front. It should be gappy at the top
You
where
told
the
me how to
hinge
fix
is.
this once. You took a
that's what
screwdriver and bend the hinge, right?
Well, first thing you need to do is tighten up the screws that are in the upper hinge to make sure that's tight. So that the highest hinge on the door side and on the jamb side need to be tightened up. That's the butt side, as we used to say in the business. Strike side would be the knob side there. Tighten those screws up. If those screws are screwed up and they're just spinning out, then pull it out, take like a popsicle stick, shave it down, shove it in the hole, put a little white glue or something on that popsicle stick, and then put the screw back in there so it's got something to bite on, because otherwise sometimes the screw hole gets a little reamed out. Do that. Okay. Now, make sure all the hinges are tight, okay? You listening, son?
Yes, sir.
Don't make me come over there and cut your hair.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that should do it. You don't want to start cutting on the door because once you start cutting on the door, you're screwing things up because the door's out of alignment. It's not out of shape. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't you say take a screwdriver to
Now,
the bottom one?
the other thing you can do is then go to the very bottom hinge, open up the door and drop something in between the two hinges, like where it starts pinching by the knuckle, and shut it with like a screwdriver in there and bend the hinge out at the bottom. That'll kick it over a little bit too. That one's kind of hard to explain though, Drew. I need a door simulator in order to really get into this, but that should be enough for him for now, right?
Yes, that's fine.
All right.
Well,
Drew, I've had many a door-related conversation with you, have I not?
yes, my wife too.
Yeah. See, here's the problem, everybody. The door starts sagging, you start sanding, and it never lines up. The latch, the strike plate and the doorknob and all, it never lines up again. You need to realign the thing, not just start trimming it every time it starts sagging. Okay. Mark?
Yeah.
You're 22.
Right.
What's up?
I've been going out with my girlfriend for about 6 months. Every time that she says she's never had an orgasm before, ever. But when I get her to that point where we're either orally or when we're having sex, I've been with a lot of girls, so I think I know when a girl's having an orgasm, and when she gets to that point, she pees just all over the place, and she screams like she has one. She really...
Does she say that she's having one, or she thinks she doesn't have one?
I asked her, did you have one? And she's like, well, I think. I don't know. And I'm
But probably she's already so mortified that she's peed everywhere, and you're questioning her, giving her, you're grilling her afterwards. Is that it? Is that the one? Is there more to come?
Well, I let it go sometimes. Sometimes I don't.
What's your question for us?
Well, just look. Assume if she screams and projectile urinates that's an orgasm. I would count that as an orgasm.
Yeah.
Well, she just wants to know, because she doesn't want to do it anymore for me. And
she's embarrassed.
To know how she can have a regular orgasm without
Are you having intercourse with her when she does this?
Oh yeah.
And you said you brought her this with oral sex too.
Yeah.
And
to my satisfaction.
And she still loses the urine then.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard one to remedy.
Yeah.
How about them Kegel exercises?
Yeah, that's about that, and evacuate her bladder beforehand. But some women have this orgasmic incontinence, which we've been talking about a fair amount the last couple of days, seems like.
Yeah.
And
I think April is orgasmic incontinence month. Is it not?
Really, yeah.
I guess so.
I think I read that somewhere.
She's really trying to research this and trying to find out how she can stop it, but I just said maybe that's just the way you are.
It's probably more than anything just the way she is. Unless she's on medication or something that's making this more likely, I think it's just her.
Drew, you know what you need to do? You need to pick up one of these crazy causes, like
I'm going to get an emergency.
Kelsey Grammer's wife, with like the irritable bowel syndrome.
No, I'm on the emergency contraception thing.
But I think female orgasmic incontinence.
Oh, you mean a
Kurtwood,
goofy
what
one.
about you? Yeah.
Yeah, that.
No one questions you when you pick one that no one wants. Right. You know what I mean? Like, where are they going to start? No one asks you what you know about it or who. They don't want to talk about it. Like, oh, yeah, no. Tragedy. Want some money?
Right, yeah,
tragedy.
how much you want?
What do you need? I'll write you a check.
Let me write you a check.
It's a tragedy. They don't want to like this. What, do you have it? Does your wife have it? Wouldn't it be good if you just got on a campaign about female orgasmic incontinence? You got a publicist. You start booking something like a celebrity bowling tournament or something like that.
People start running away screaming as I approach. Oh, my God.
I bet you could raise some money and no one would ever look into it. Yeah?
I'm sure there's a...
Your wife would have to sort of step forward, though.
In what way? And claim that she have the problem?
She would have to be the one who has the problem.
See.
Yeah, because I think Kelsey Grammer's wife is the one with the irritable bowel.
I see.
So you'd kind of have to use your quasi-celebrity to further the cause. And she'd have to do some real serious speeches about how she's ostracized and that kind of stuff. You wouldn't consider that?
I might consider it.
Okay. Michelle?
Yeah.
Gonna have like a telethon. Michelle, you're 28. What's up?
Yes, I have a question.
Drew's kids.
I'm 28 years old. This is the first time I ever called, and I've been with a 31-year-old for a long time, actually. I've been with him for 7 years. And I have a 2.5-year-old with him, and I've been trying to I can't really talk to him because I got a restraining order on him.
Why? I was going to say there's something going on here just 2 minutes into this conversation.
How old is this guy you've been with for 7 years?
He just turned 31 in March, on the 18th of March.
Okay. All right. Why do you have a restraining order?
Just because I do. Just for my well-being.
Okay. Hey,
that's
Michelle,
not an answer, Michelle.
Now you got to hold on for a while, all right?
That's all right.
Next time we ask a question, please just answer it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because is not an answer.
Oh, hold on. Now she's being so goddamn nice. I got to talk to her.
All right, good. So
Okay,
why do you have a restraining order on him?
I've been through the courts and stuff with him for like the last couple months.
We're going to get hung up on here. Why?
Tell her where my finger is.
The finger is a millimeter over the hold button. Why do you have a restraining order on him?
Hold on a second. Drew, say
'Cause I don't trust him.
hold on. Drew, say drop button. It has a lot more dramatic
The drop
effect.
button. He's almost near.
Well, don't say it now.
It's
She knows,
close,
she knows
too.
you're not
Kurtwood
doing it.
confirms.
I'm a witness. I can see that.
Confirms.
All right, so why?
what did he do that caused you to need a restraining order? In one sentence, what did he do?
He doesn't deserve me.
Is that cognitive distortion or what?
I love doing this show. He doesn't deserve me. Jesus Christ. You know how many people would have a restraining order against me if that were true? He doesn't deserve me. You know, restraining order would be a great name for a new fragrance for a woman. You'll need a restraining order.
This could be the name of my cause.
Restraining order?
Restraining order.
Yes, the female orgasmic
Yes.
incontinence syndrome.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember restraining order? Yeah, it's tragic. It's tragic what happened to Drew's wife, isn't it? It affects, you pick some crazy number that no one can argue with.
Listen.
Over 26 million Americans are affected by the tragedy of it.
Join the restraining order.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's good.
It works.
Yeah, you get some other celebrities, and no one will say no to a cause.
It's called a restraining order. I'm
Yeah,
in.
you're in for it. You get some restaurant to hold some big gala, and then $500 a plate and everything. You get a lot of money going. You come up, you cut some PSAs. We run them on the show.
Sharon Stone will get behind this.
Sharon Stone's probably already involved with a female orgasmic incontinence organization. But she may jump ship and come to restraining order.
Yes, with a name like that. Come on.
I still think that'd be a great cologne. All right, I got to talk to Michelle one more time because I'm compelled.
It's like scraping a scab.
Like a moth to the flame. I can't help it. All right, listen here, Screwball, just for fun.
Okay.
Why again did you get that restraining order?
Because I'm scared of him.
Okay, and why are you scared of him?
Because I've been on medication for like a year and a half off and on, and I never really had to be put on medication because I self-medicated myself for 15 years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm on Depakote now, and I'm scared because there's a lot of side effects.
Still,
no answer.
Why are you scared of him? All right, we got the part about she got the restraining order because she's scared of him.
First, she doesn't deserve me.
It started with doesn't deserve, then it started with because, and then doesn't deserve, and then it went because she's scared. Now we're sort of moving in the right direction, but still sort of overstating the obvious. You have a restraining order, and then it's because she's on medication. She's on medication. True, you hand out a lot of prescriptions for medication. You also give restraining orders with that?
Oh, especially Depakote.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
that comes with a restraining order.
What is Depakote?
It's a mood stabilizing medication. So it's a
one more time.
medication.
One more time. Michelle?
Yes.
All right, so we've narrowed it down to the restraining order because you're on Depakote.
Mm-hmm.
And why the restraining order?
No, wait. Why are you afraid of him?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We got past
that's
why
right.
He's a crazy.
What has he done?
He's done a lot of stuff to my...
What has he done?
He's abused me.
He's physically abused?
Yes, he has.
He's assaulted.
Physical abuse.
He's assaulted you.
Yes, he has.
There you go.
Okay.
Only took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right.
Why was that so hard to say?
Yeah, why not just say, why do you have a restraining order? Because he physically
beat the
abused
crap
me.
out of me.
Right.
Why couldn't you have said that?
I don't know. It's a little scary.
Okay. All right. So he's an abusive guy.
Yes, he is.
And has he been abusive for a long time?
No, he never has.
Just started.
Yes.
In the 7 years that you've been with him.
Mm-hmm. He got jealous, too, when I had my daughter.
Oh, boy.
Because he didn't want to have anything to do with me or my daughter when I had her.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Well, why is that jealous, though?
I have no clue. That's just
all right. Sorry. Hold on a second. Drew, I can no longer even think out loud, actually. Forget about asking questions.
Yeah.
Even thinking out loud is dangerous on this show. All right, baby. And that daughter of yours is how old?
2.
She's beautiful. She's 2.5.
2.5. Okay. I'd like you to get her on some Norplant.
Me?
Yeah, I don't want her to get pregnant.
Your daughter?
Yeah. It's on her 10th birthday. All right? I worry about her. Huh?
On her 10th birthday?
Maybe 11th.
So
All right.
he's now physically abusive. You've cut him off. You have a restraining order against him that's appropriate. And what's your question?
I'm just trying to figure out how I can actually go around the system to get my kid back.
Sorry.
Does it blow your mind?
Well, we didn't know your kid was gone.
Yes.
Your kid is with him?
No, she's with social services. She's in temporary custody right now.
Oh,
This is a good thing.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, that's not.
That's pretty much the whole situation.
Why is the kid in social services right
He
now?
couldn't provide for us.
Oh.
What's that?
He couldn't provide for us.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
mean you were on the street?
No, actually, no, it wasn't. But his dad was helping us out. But that's not the point, though.
can you provide for you?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, of course I can.
You're insane.
Why is she in social services?
I got a restraining order, but I got a thing on me, which was independency neglect.
You were neglecting the child.
Yes, I got charged with it, but actually I didn't neglect her. I didn't get, charged with it totally like how he did.
Mm-hmm.
But I got charged with it anyway. Because me being with him, and I'm so-called common law married to him.
Who cares? Couldn't you just give the kid to a nice family of raccoons so it could be raised in a healthy environment?
I really don't want to do that because she's like my life because I lost my mother.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
All right, baby. Have you had any therapy for yourself?
Yes, I have.
Uh-oh. Now, don't you feel bad for saying all those things, Drew?
Oh, what things?
You know what you said.
You work, Michelle?
Can you get a job?
I've been trying to get a job.
Oh, baby. And you can't get a job right now?
No, I can't.
So do they want you to have a job before they're going to give you your child back?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Michelle. You get away from this guy who's being abusive.
Which
that's
she's done.
That's good. That's number one, right?
Yes.
Number two, your child is in a safe place until you get on your feet, get yourself a job, and get your life together.
Are you taking your medications appropriately?
Yes, I am, but I just don't like the amount that I'm taking.
Okay, well, you got to stay with it. I mean, that's going to be absolutely essential in you getting the child back.
Because they told me that I won't know the effects until about another month or so. But
It takes a while.
A blood level on me.
Yeah, but you've got to take the medicine.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have this time to get your stuff together, and then you'll get your kid back. And so the sooner you get your ass together, the sooner you get your kid back. And you don't want your kid back until you get your ass together.
Exactly.
I know you do selfishly, but realistically, as a good parent, you should not want your kid back until you get your stuff together, okay?
Exactly.
All right, and no more kids, right?
No, God, no.
Are you using birth control?
No, I'm not, but I practice safe sex, so
How do you do that? Condoms?
yes.
All right,
And
baby.
make sure you get that morning after pill around, emergency contraception, in case a condom failure occurs.
I'm not really having sex right now.
Okay, good. Good for you, baby. All right, so you got it. Now's your time. It's time to step up. You got out of this abusive relationship. You get yourself a job, get yourself cleaned up, get your kid back.
Take your meds. All right?
What are the side effects of Depakote, do you know?
They're very limited. You get a rash, you can get anemias, you can get liver inflammation, all of which is reversible, and they're very mild side effects.
Well, hold on a second. Hey, don't worry about the side effects. You worry about the side effects of not taking it and sitting home and chain smoking and drinking all day and watching soap operas and not getting your kid back. Do you understand me?
Oh, I'm sober.
All right.
Go to the program.
All
Get
right.
your sponsor. Do the steps.
There you go.
Give her some direction.
Oh, I think we gave her a little too much direction. All right, let's take ourselves a break. Kurtwood Smith is our guest tonight. You know him as Dad from that 70s show. We will take ourselves a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey, yo, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Kurtwood Smith is here tonight from that 70s show. Plays the world's most realistic TV dad. George Lopez is coming in here from the George Lopez show on Monday. Sarah Silverman, who's really, really funny from Greg the Bunny's coming in here. And Paul Tracy, the race car driver. Tony Hawk, the skateboarder. Jeremy Piven, the actor, has been in every single movie. It will be in here. And Donna D'Erico and Nikki Sixx will be in here.
Haven't
from
seen them in a long
Motley
time.
Crue. Yeah. All right. All that in the 11 o'clock hour. No, that's coming up the next couple of days and weeks here on the show.
Hey, 11 o'clock now, we're going to hear from a couple of junior high school kids that won an essay contest to come up here and view Loveline in all its glory.
Now, are they going to read their essays?
No. This is just to remind you they're here.
Jesus, you kids don't know how lucky I am. You know, we had to wear our hair No. You know what?
His hair thing tonight.
You know what I do? You know what I
think it's in mine.
No. You
in
know.
honor of me.
That's
You know,
right.
you
made Kurtwood feel kind of uncomfortable. He doesn't
Sorry.
have hair. Adam, relax.
I know, but look, he's parlayed that into millions. It's really, if you had hair, you'd have no career.
Yeah, I've had people say that.
I don't mean you're not a fine actor, but it's just you're so much more streamlined. Yeah. What I do now, now that I have money and power, wealth, and fame beyond my wildest imagination, I now drive around and think about how good people have it now, as opposed to when we were coming up. That's the way, because I can no longer focus on how bad I have it.
You're
resentful.
resentful.
You know what I'm saying? I'm resentful.
Yeah.
I think about like I'm looking at this kid's essay, and it's written out on a word processor. It's on a computer, and how easy it would be to cheat now and just hand in papers and stuff
I mean, you got that internet to
just hop on the computer,
plagiarize that.
But not only that, you could physically just hand in papers that your buddies from other classes and other high schools
you can transfer information across the web. Just print it out.
Literally hand the same paper that the guy handed in. I mean, just reprint it so it doesn't have the, B plus on it.
I saw this essay last week, this Loveline one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it? Oh,
some other, yeah.
Oh, some other punk. This thing's copied. But I mean, it's like I had this really horrible handwriting. It couldn't, and misspelled everything. There's no way. If I handed in something with clean writing and that was spelled, they'd know it wasn't mine.
I was doing some nursing home rounds today, and I was realizing I could not read my own handwriting. I thought, it'd be twice as fast. But it'd be twice as fast. So I just had some kind of computer that we all just got to that point. We must
Are we at that point?
When you're going to med school, do you study that, though? I mean, like bad handwriting?
No, you don't. But
they do it semester.
What happens is you're writing by hand so much every day that it just becomes, I am the only person who needs to be able to interpret what's going down here on the page. You just become faster and faster and faster, and then you lose it.
You know what class they do? Seriously, it's called Get in Your Underpants. I'll see you in an hour and a half. And what they do is they work with young doctors, finessing their technique on how long they can keep someone in their underpants before they actually attend to them.
Yeah.
They come in with different excuses.
Adam, that's nursing school.
That's nursing school they do that?
Yeah. And then we advise them.
What they do is, the nurse tells you to get in your underpants. The doctor will be in here in 3 days.
And then they ice down the the
butcher paper on
the butcher paper.
Because guys like Adam get erections when they're sitting there by themselves.
One time. Someone tells me to drop my pants. My penis thinks it's time to go. It's like shaking the leash for the dog. It thinks it's time to go. It doesn't know. Christopher?
Hello. Yeah.
You're 18.
I am 18.
What's up?
Well, I had a comment for you guys on your conversation you had yesterday on erotic stories, and saying that, you can't conceive of a guy really, becoming aroused by erotic stories. And I'd have to say that 70% of the time that I masturbate, it would be to an erotic story. And I'm totally straight.
So,
calling
all nerds. Yeah.
You mean you're reading something?
Yeah.
When you have access to visual aids?
Yes, I do have access to visual, but it's just, preferable. I find it's better.
All right.
But actually, I had a question in addition.
Are you into Star Trek at all?
No, I'm not into Star Trek.
But you're definitely one of those brainy kids, right?
That is true.
Yeah. Well, maybe that does. I mean, wouldn't you say that would work more for someone who has a higher intellect?
Well, you can deploy more on your own behalf.
Right. It's more of a realistic fantasy. Because
Adam can't do this because he can't read.
No, I close my eyes and I just see stick figures.
Right.
I can't. My imagination
can't fill in the blanks.
It's not vivid enough to do anything. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it looks like an Etch-a-Sketch when I close my eyes. Just a bunch of horizontal lines going across. All right, yeah, go ahead there, Christopher.
Well,
sorry.
I did actually have a question. My girlfriend, when we are involved together physically, has trouble with vaginal moisture. She just doesn't get wet is a problem.
Well, is she actually into this?
She is very into it, and she really wants to be into it. We've been together for like 2.5 years, and she's like always like...
Wishes she were into it?
Well, I'm into it, and she's into it, but she just, can't find herself,
Wait, why was
I
that?
have a theory.
Yeah.
I think if you'd take the taser off the utility belt, it wouldn't poke her in the abdomen with it.
But people don't talk about someone wanting to be into it. I'm into it, so she's into it. It's
right.
Like, no, wait a minute. She's either into this or she isn't for herself.
She is into it, but she's not finding herself, like, physically physically her body is not becoming wet, and
but it is the what I'm trying to
get wet is.
I understand that's what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand if there's also a problem with arousal.
There might be. She was on some antidepressants for a while.
All right, well, that'll do it right there. When did she come off?
It's been like 3 months, 6 months.
What medicine?
She was on Effexor and Buspar.
Is she still on any of those? Either of those?
Both of those. She was on both of them.
Is she still on either of those?
No, she's not on either one of them now.
Effexor can have kind of a protracted withdrawal associated with it, so maybe it has something to do with that still. It's possible.
If you're not on any medication and you're not lubricating as a woman, can you still be aroused and still be very much into your partner?
Sometimes. It's not quite the same as an erection. You know what I mean? I mean, it's similar.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to...
Well, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, I guess. A certain percentage of guys who cannot achieve an erection can't achieve it because of some physiological problem.
Right.
The other percentage is...
emotionally
having a difficult time. Maybe they're not aroused,
or they're
maybe
anxious,
they're guilty, or they're anxious,
yeah.
or whatever. I wonder how the percentage breaks down for females.
I don't know that.
Certain percent.
It's a viable question.
Would you bet it was about the same?
I would bet, yeah.
So it would be a fairly small percentage of women, and this is a situation that involves medication, so all bets are off, but a certain percentage of women, a small percentage of women, just will not lubricate.
Have problems with lubrication, yes.
Right. And the other ones, if they're not...
It's a problem.
It's most likely you, if they're not lubricating, is what I'm saying.
And depression can do this, too. I mean, whether or not it's the antidepressant medicine or the fact that she is or was depressed. Both can have a role to play here.
All right. Brett?
Yeah.
You're 28?
Yeah. Great show. I've been listening since 95.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's about when Adam started, right?
You know, I'm not sure, but I think my very first night listening was Adam's first night being a regular on the show, but I'm not too sure about that.
Huh.
Yeah. Drew, how long have I been on the show? 6.5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, too long. With that...
Whoa.
Big fan.
No, I mean, with that caller, Michelle, I mean, whatever they pay you guys, it's not enough to have to put up with someone like that.
Listen, if you knew how much they paid us, you'd think we sucked. Believe me.
Anyway, I have a question.
You'd be angry.
Before that, I wanted to share something with you, Adam.
Yes.
You often talk about how you're attracted to the gay lifestyle.
Yes,
and I am, too, because of all the perks they get, but I decided against it, because not only for the sex, there's two other things that kill it for me.
Yeah.
We would have to watch musicals, and we would have to give up watching football.
No, I don't think
but
that's
see,
true.
that's my point. That's my point. I want
all
male companionship without the gay sex, but with the gay life, and that I want to live with a man. I want the dual income. I want to be able to drive the sports car, not the minivan. I'd like to recycle more. This would help, I believe, in this department. And I do want to watch the sports. And yes, and just basically
deck out your house.
Also, I like the idea of claiming a certain part of the city as my own. Hey, this is the gay place, everybody. Sorry.
Like West Hollywood?
We're going to put a bunch of gay, billboards, and it's the gay part. How does that work, by the way? Where's our part? Is the rest just a straight part?
I'm still working on that.
I would like to find a piece of Los Angeles that was the straight part.
There's no straight parts here in Tucson, so
Put
I
up
don't know what to tell you.
Bunch of nudie bars and a bunch of signs for malt liquor.
East LA is pretty hard. Oh, they have those?
Well,
those around.
Hold on a second.
San Fernando Road?
Yeah, but East L.A., Anderson said East L.A., but that's Mexican. I need a white straight part. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Well, I mean, come on.
Now you're getting particular.
Well, what I'm saying.
They don't have an African American gays part. They just have the gay part.
Well, but let me tell you, gay trumps even African American. True. Do you understand? That's the number one nationality. That should be the box that's checked off. I'm saying you don't want to go down to Chinatown and try to turn it into heterosexualville. That's not going to work. They already have that. East L.A. is Mexico. I mean, let's face it. We need to find an area that's untapped, unclaimed, that doesn't have any particular demographic. It's not that I will not allow men, straight men of all nationalities.
Kurtwood's from Glendale.
I'm from Glendale.
Glendale's good. Yeah.
I don't know. Armenian.
Yeah,
Armenian's taking that over.
That's true.
We're going to have to work this out. Probably somewhere in the West Valley. We'll work this out. Chatsworth.
Newport.
Well, it depends on where in the West Valley, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Why? There's some that's Mexican there, too. Yeah.
I think so.
We're going to do this in Idaho, fellas. Who's with me?
I think the East Valley, maybe. Studio City and Sherman Oaks.
The land's expensive over there in Studio
That's true.
City. And the gays are starting to claim that area as well.
Brett, you had a question?
Yeah, my question is for, before we get off the gays, Anderson, the old gay drop was much better. Just had to throw that in. Anyway.
Which one is that?
You know, the more
You're
deep
gay.
voice.
No, that's
You're gay.
That's
that
you're gay.
was beautiful.
Jeez, even.
Oh, I haven't heard that for too long.
Man.
All right.
This guy really pays attention. All right, ask Kurtwood his question, would you please?
All right, Mr. Smith, you're probably my favorite actor. I mean, I've seen you in quite a bit, and everything I've seen you in, you have done an awesome job. I was wondering, is there one particular role or performance that you think of as your best, your shining moment, your best performance?
You're gay.
Hey.
It's really hard to say. I don't know. There are a lot of roles that I really enjoyed doing. There are roles that did a lot for me, like the role in RoboCop and the role in Dead Poets Society.
You made me hate you in that movie. Really good performance.
Nice. Well, that was an awful lot of fun to do. And, both of those roles I'm proud of having done, but there are a number of roles that I thought that I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed doing a little part in Citizen Ruth, which was
I think
one of
my favorite
movies.
performance with you was Anorex in the Year of Hell episode.
Oh, really? Yeah. Very
Exceptional
interesting.
performance.
That was also a lot of fun to do. Voyager.
Brett is quite a fan.
You are indeed.
Oh, I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. And listen, don't people make fun of us who watch a lot of TV and enjoy a nap now and again. You stand tall there, Brett.
Oh, absolutely. TV's my lifeblood. I'm giving it up.
That's the thing. That's a part of heterosexual town. It's no live performance, no legitimate theater. A lot of TV. You know what I like about hetero guys? Hetero guys go to a nudie bar and watch TV. Hey, bitch, move your jugs. The Mets are on. You know what I mean? There's nothing funnier than seeing a bunch of guys like sitting around at a nude bar with their heads cocked up looking at the TV. You know we like TV when we watch TV at nudie bars.
The sports trumps everything.
It really does.
Yeah, doesn't it?
What kind of restaurants are there in Hetero Town?
Just mostly burger joints with an emphasis on chili, stuff high cholesterol stuff.
High cholesterol.
You just think of Boys
City.
Town, and then just think the opposite, with their emphasis on nutrition and health. We would have to go the opposite. We'd have like a place. We'd have like a Sloppy Joe stands.
Foster Freeze.
Yeah. Oh, man, could I go for a good Sloppy Joe?
You guys are describing Huntington Beach to a T.
Huntington Beach? Is that what this is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
With all those, crappy theme rest, J.R. McTweedy's Esquire, these places where a lot of drunken chicks show up. We have, Buffalo Wing Night and Ladies Night, and the chicks get loaded on the $1 well drinks and a lot of that. Yeah. Yeah, all right. All right, we got work to do on this, gentlemen.
So
We got to take a break.
Boobville has been resurrected as Hetero Town.
Hetero Town.
Yeah.
Boobville.
Yeah,
There's a long story there.
Yeah. We're going to take ourselves a little break. Kurtwood Smith is here from That 70s Show on Fox Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. We'll be right back. All righty there, kids. It is Loveline. Adam Carolla, that is Dr. Drew. Kurtwood Smith is our guest tonight. He is the Pops from That 70s Show, as well as a guy who's played the heavy in many a blockbuster movie. Yeah. Deep Impact, I liked. Citizen Kane. Oh. We did that already. Girl Interrupted, RoboCop, Dark Territory. Wait a minute. Steven Seagal? Indian? Yeah. They're trying to drill the man. Was the man, I don't know. I think they're Eskimos. Eskimos are Indians.
That's a different movie.
Which one?
Dark Territory is the one on the train.
Oh, the train.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, that was Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Same movie, right.
Right. Okay, that was Under Siege 2 on the train. It was on a battleship on the first one, and this one was on the train. Dark Territory was another Steven Seagal movie where there was something going on with, not Dark Territory, but
this other one.
Yeah, what the hell was that one?
I can't remember.
White man trying to take away what was rightfully theirs. Seagal, you're not going to stand for that. No way.
Didn't he direct that or something? Or was that another?
I don't think anyone directed it.
Oh, I see.
It didn't seem like anyone directed it.
Yeah?
Yeah, just no credit.
I didn't see
a blank.
I missed that one.
You would have missed it. Yeah. Stephanie?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Yeah.
They did have a scene I've never seen in a movie before, though, where he went into a local bar, and a lot of the white guys, big burly white guys who are working at the local refinery, started trouble with some of the Native American types.
I've never seen
never seen that.
On TV
It's kind of an expose.
He had to step up and protect these guys, and these were some pretty tough customers, and of course they resorted to fighting, unfair. Yeah, took a pool cue to him and stuff, but he got the best of them.
No.
Oh yeah,
played by his own rules.
Well, because he does. Yeah.
So it was a good documentary sort of thing.
Yeah. Stephanie?
Yeah.
So you're 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a comment first. You know how you wanted your gay town? You need to come to San Francisco.
That's a different kind of gay town.
No, we're looking for a hetero town.
I'm going to San Francisco tomorrow.
Then how about Pasadena?
Well, Drew lives in Pasadena, and he's kind of uptight about the zoning. All right, baby.
San Francisco does have the 49ers, so.
Right.
Oh, 49ers suck.
All right, come on, baby. Don't be so negative. You're 15.
I'm going up there tomorrow to do tech TV.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
She doesn't care.
I know.
Okay, my question is that, I've been having sex with my boyfriend, and the thing is, I'm, bleeding really bad afterwards.
What are you using for birth control?
I'm not on birth control. I'm just using condoms.
And have they been working every time? Did they ever fail or come off or anything?
No, they've been fine during it. I'm just bleeding afterwards.
Well, some women do have bleeding just from sex. That's not uncommon at all. So that just may be you. But you are sexually active, so it's important you get a pelvic exam every year. So have you had one yet?
No.
Okay, so it's time to do that. So they can find out, make sure there's nothing structurally wrong, make sure you don't have an infection, make sure you don't have cysts or other structural problems that could cause this. And it probably is just something normal. But again, women that begin having sex at an early age have more cancers, have more problems with infections, fertility. So it's important you take care of this.
How old's your boyfriend?
17.
How long have you been having sex with him?
2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, actually I am.
All right. Well, you're a little bit young, but you sound like an old soul. Or maybe you're just disgruntled.
I have a cold.
Okay, so you're
oh, that's it.
You're not depressed?
Oh, that's another story.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
Well, okay, I was adopted when I was little.
How old were you?
I was 4.
Okay, that's pretty serious, right? You weren't adopted at birth. You were adopted after having a relationship with a parent for 4 years?
Yeah, that's probably bad.
Because I was beat by my dad.
You were beaten by your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now that I've been adopted, I live in a military family, and I'm getting beat by my other dad.
Oh my gosh!
The guy who adopted you is beating you?
Yeah.
Have you?
How often does he beat you?
If I do something that's not to his satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a C or something, I'll get the crap beaten out of me.
Can you?
I got an ice cream cake when I got a C.
Can you? Oh my! That was this block party. Can you? Can I give you a phone number to call? Because this is not an okay situation, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no wonder. It's almost a good thing that you have a boyfriend or having sex with him and not acting out in more sort of self-destructive ways.
I've tried to commit suicide once before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I ended up in a hospital.
Well, did you tell them about the physical abuse?
Yeah.
Okay. Now are you under their care regularly?
No, I'm in counseling, major counseling.
All right, so the people that hospitalize you are continuing to see you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're under good care. That's good.
Hey, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Life's going to be difficult for a little while. You're going to have to work a little bit harder.
I figured that out.
Yeah, but not forever. It's a situation where, because of what happened to you growing up, you're going to have to spend a little extra time going to counseling and looking after yourself that way. All right? But you don't have any choice, and you just have to do it, and that's your life.
Are you on medication right now?
Yeah.
What are you taking?
I don't know what the name of the depression medicine I'm on, but I know I'm on Ritalin.
Okay. Some of those medicines can make your lining of the uterus unstable, too, and so that might be adding to the tendency to bleeding.
Be careful with men, though, in general.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But you know what? I get the sense that she has a certain core stability about her.
She sounded smart.
You know, well, she's attached. You know what I mean? She connects.
Mm-hmm.
And people that have that as a core quality, that means she had very, very stable relationship with her mom for the first year of life, probably before the S hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
And that predicts someone who can really work through some of this stuff.
So I wasn't really paying attention. Was it the cold that was the problem? Or
Yeah, she has a cold. That's what you were hearing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right. That sounded like some depression.
Yeah.
But it's congestion.
No, it was congestion. It wasn't depression. Well, maybe it was depression, too, but really what you were hearing was the cold.
Okay. I was confused.
Just a depression.
All right. I got to write down my name for my new cologne restraining order.
No, that's my organization, my society. Restraining Order Society. Order. Oh, restraining order.
Restraining odor. That's good, Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to forget to give you credit with that when I come in.
Pronounced E-A-U-D-O-R.
Odor. Yeah, good. Write that out, would you? We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Loveline, I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Kurtwood Smith is our guest tonight. He's the dad from That 70s Show, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock on Fox. And had a discussion with Damien and Anderson during the break about how scary he was in RoboCop. And that's their first memory. So you kind of give the kids the spooks. That's all.
Oh, good.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, means you did a good job.
I had so much fun doing that movie, though.
I would just imagine it'd be fun just playing a serious heavy in a movie where you just get to be like a
bad guys
prime a-hole.
You get all the great lines. Bad guys always get all the cool lines.
Yeah.
You having fun with the 70s Show?
Yeah. It's really the best job I've had.
Really?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, overall.
What's the woman's name that plays your wife?
Deborah Jo Rupp.
Very funny.
Is she funny?
Very funny.
She's funny. She's quite an actress. She's really.
Yeah, I mean, she's somebody you've seen. Right, somebody you've seen in a lot of different things.
Yeah, she's great. No, it's we all have a good time working together. We have, I love my character.
And it's the three of them. It's Topher and you and the wife that really make the core comedy routine.
The family.
Yeah.
What's the schedule like on a working week?
Brutal.
Like
brutal. We work a couple hours on Monday.
That like the table read?
We do the table read, and then we just do light little rehearsals for the scenes. We go home about 2 o'clock.
On Monday.
Then
Tuesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday, we rehearse. Mm-hmm. And we rehearse pretty much from 10 to like 3 o'clock, do a run-through for the producers, writers. And then Thursday, sometimes you work, sometimes you don't. It depends. We do pre-shoots and some camera blocking. And so depending on if you have pre-shoots, then you have to work. And
right.
A lot of times I don't.
Pre-shoot
scenes that we have to shoot that we are not going to shoot in front of the audience.
Right.
Not necessarily. No, we don't shoot outside.
The dream sequences and the back-in-time sequences.
Right, when the guys are sitting around in the basement, when they do that 360 with the camera.
Right.
That you pre-shoot because you got to have a fourth wall so the audience couldn't see it anyway.
Right.
And so, or complicated scenes, we pre-shoot those.
Right.
Scenes that would really slow us down on Friday night.
Right, and then you would roll those in for the audience.
We roll them for the audience. The audience laughs and they record the laughter.
Right.
So,
this is, what's funny about those table reads is I've done a couple of these, and you sit in this room. You've never had a better audience in your life because it's all the jackasses that wrote the crap, So they're and so it's a huge table. I mean, it's this big long board table, and the actors, 4, 5, 6 actors sit there, and then there's another 18 people standing around who wrote it, producer and stuff, notepads. And everyone laughs their ass off, and you get all the way through the script, and people are just laughing hysterically, and at the end, it's like, all right, we got to totally rework this. So it's funny. It's like, I was like, well, what are you guys all laughing at then? I mean, were you laughing or not? And if you were, then why are we reworking everything? But stuff gets reworked up until showtime, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes during showtime.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. We shoot a scene and they don't like it didn't quite get the response they want. They'll alter some lines or, they find that a joke just doesn't work. They put it in a different one.
Is there, do you shoot, once you start, do you go through pretty much, or is there a fair amount of starting?
What we do is we shoot each scene. We generally shoot the scene in its entirety, and then usually we always do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then if something isn't quite right, they might have to shoot it again. So 2 or 3 times for each scene.
But after 100 shows, I imagine it goes pretty good.
Yeah. We started about 7 o'clock and we're done about 10.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not bad.
It's a good week for you.
Yeah.
Jeez, the kids were complaining like crazy. Topher and all his buddies.
Oh, really? Well, they got to sit in the basement and get stoned with the surround camera. I tell you that. You see, you have a perfect role in the sense that you don't have to carry the show, but you have a real presence in the show. You get the good lines, and then you get to go back in the trailer and relax a little while those kids hash out all those clumps of meaningless dialogue. It just set you up for your good jokes.
Don't be telling them this, though.
No, I'm not going to say anything. I wouldn't dream about speaking of it on the air. Tamara?
Hi.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
I wanted to ask Kurtwood who his favorite person to work with on the set of that 70 show was.
Well, I'd be foolish if I didn't say it was Deborah Jo Rupp, wouldn't I? No, she is my favorite person. She plays my wife, Kitty, on the show. And Deborah Jo and I think, make a good team.
Have you worked together before or anything?
No, never met before. But, of course, I've enjoyed, and I enjoy working with Topher. I work with Topher an awful lot.
There's a great, I just watched a show a couple weeks ago where I thought it was a hysterical scene where Deborah Jo puts him he's pissed off about something, Anderson. He's angry about something, and so she puts him in his Corvette with a 6-pack of beer and turns on a baseball game. I've done everything I can now. This is it.
Wow.
As good as it gets.
That is a good woman.
But I've enjoyed working with all of them, having individual scenes with them. As the years have gone on, I have kind of ended up having an individual scene or two with each one of them. It's always fun.
Tamara?
Yeah?
There's your answer.
Yeah, well, I had another question.
Okay.
I wanted to know what the symptoms for like a female heart attack were, because I heard they were different than a male's.
They can have less chest pain in much older populations. What's the situation? We're not talking about you, so don't worry about that.
Well,
a 16-year-old is not going to have a heart attack.
Well, I get like bad anxiety and I get pad pains in my chest.
Well, chest pain and fear of having a heart attack, fear of going crazy, fear of dying is part of panic attack. But a 16-year-old is not going to have a heart attack unless they have some very, very serious congenital, something you were born with, anomaly. And they would have picked that up by now.
Okay.
I would
Can
suspect.
I say one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you know how you're always talking about, like, classic TV shows?
Yes.
There was an episode that you were on, and it was really great. And all the cast members, like the adult cast members, who became little children, and they were doing, like, the Scooby-Doo thing, where they were running back and forth through the doors, being chased by ghosts.
Are you making this up, or is this something?
No, I'm serious. It was a while ago that I saw it. It was really cool, and they were in a haunted house, and they'd run in the door, and then, like, a ghost would chase them, and then they ran through the other door.
I don't know what she's talking about.
It was not Adam.
What was an episode of what show?
It was the Family Guy.
Oh.
There was, like, 3 different stories.
I was on it?
Yeah, you played
Death.
I played Death?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you know what happens when you do those shows where you do the voiceover? You don't know what show it's going in. They call you in, they tell you to read this, and then you go home, and then 6 months later someone says they thought they heard you on TV, but you have no idea what the hell it is. All right. Let's talk to Dave, who's 20. Dave?
Hello.
What's up?
Well, the reason I'm calling is, it's Loveline. I couldn't get a girlfriend to save my life.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, have you never had a girlfriend?
Nothing serious, no.
Are you
interested in girlfriend?
You're virgin?
No.
Do you like the lady? Oh, you're not a virgin?
No, I'm not a virgin.
Okay. Who'd you get to have sex with you?
Oh, there were a couple, but it's mostly just, it's nothing serious.
I see. And do you work or you go to college?
I work, and I will be enrolling in college soon.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living?
I bake goods.
I see.
So you're one of those middle of the night guys?
Yes.
So it's hard. You sleep during the day, you work at night.
Yeah.
So that must make it difficult.
I think I know what it is that's wrong.
Okay.
And it may sound bitter, but I think that a lot of it is I can't meet what standards are set today.
Today?
Today.
You talking about Thursday or just this time period in
This
history?
time period, and yeah.
I see.
And what would those standards pertain to?
Well, a lot of the, like, TV shows. I mean, not that 70s.
Is it you that don't measure up to standards, or
Hold
are these
on a second. We got to talk about it. First off, women today are attracted to butchers and candlestick makers, but not so much bakers anymore. There was a time when they went for all three.
Yeah.
Now you see the butchers and the candlestick makers getting all the tail.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Especially the damn candlestick makers.
Yeah. Well, how could you turn down a guy who makes a stick that a candle goes on to? I mean,
There you are.
Think about that. I mean, even I'm attracted to that, man. They work with bronze. They work with wood. I mean, they're really Renaissance guys, those candlestick makers.
Yeah.
But Dave is one of these guys. We haven't talked to this guy in a while. This type of guy. He's up in his head. He's a smart guy, and he uses his intelligence to try to figure out why he's not getting laid. And
it's called intellectualizing defense. Everything becomes a rationalization.
Right. They start generalizing about, women today and guys, and they're not willing to compromise. And essentially they're angry because they're smart, but they're not smart enough to figure out how to get laid. Stupid guys seem to get laid more than smart guys. It doesn't seem right, but that's Dave. And meanwhile, he puts people off. Like you were a little put off by him, were you not, Drew?
Yeah, there's no connectedness. He doesn't connect easily.
Dave?
Yes?
Yeah. What is that? Where does that come from? Do you know?
Boy, I couldn't figure it out. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't raised like everybody else was raised.
How were you raised?
Well, I grew up fast.
What does that mean?
Well, I started my first job when I was 13. I don't party, I don't do drugs, I don't get drunk, and I actually do respect women.
Right. But even though he respects women, he sounds kind of angry at them.
That, and then again, you said you weren't raised like everyone else, and so far we've heard that you were raised like everyone else.
You had a job at 13?
13. I had a job at 13.
Well, seems in the area, I mean, that the kids don't work, all they do is get drunk, all they do is get high.
Right.
And they say...
Hold on a second, Dave. We got to talk about it. Yeah, this is one of these... This is this guy, too, which is...
Everybody else, yeah.
He's not going to stoop to drinking wine coolers and listening to rock music in order to try to get laid. Very intellectual and angry
He's not
at the same time.
going to do it because it's what he really would like to do, but he has a social phobia or something, and he can't. That's the problem.
Dave?
Yes?
Drew says maybe you have a social phobia.
Well...
Think that may be it?
Perhaps, but...
And so you spend all your time, because it's overwhelmingly uncomfortable for you to be social, you spend all your time being resentful of people who seem to have ease with this and trying to spin your yarns about why this is the way it is and why it's bad and why everyone else is bad, as opposed to just dealing with your problem, which is you need a greater facility and some skill with getting out there and being social. And all of a sudden, magically, those resentments will go away, as will all these crazy intellectualizations. Okay. So you need to deal with this, Dave. You do. There's medication for it. There's behavioral therapies. There's tons of ways to go about this. But to go around blaming other people for the situation you're in that you don't like, you're going to stew in that forever.
And as far as the part about what's going on with today's women, it's completely moot. I mean, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. There's nothing you can do about it, and you happen to be alive during this time period. So why even bring it up?
I guess it just makes me feel kind of better to at least say, hey, I know what's wrong.
Right. Well, geez, I'm starting to like Dave a little more now.
How old are you, Dave?
I'm 20.
20.
And
deal
you know
with
what,
this, Dave. You're 20, you're in your prime. It's time to go out and get some skill.
You're in your prime when you're pre-med like you were, Drew, but not us other guys who are pre-construction at 20. I mean,
pre-carpet cleaning, weren't you at that point?
I was into mid-range carpet cleaning at age 20. 20s are, when you're not in college and you got some job like you're baking from 8:30 till 4:30 in the morning, every night and stuff, it sucks. I mean, women might have something to do with you if you're on the same campus with them, but when you're on the outside world and you're like 20 and you're not in a college environment, you can't get at the college women, and you're sort of dealing with women who are working and stuff, they ain't looking at you. It's a real tough age for a guy. Think about how bad. Think about how in control who holds the cards, a 20-year-old woman or a 20-year-old guy.
Remember what Jamie Bergman was here last night?
Yeah.
Well, she was saying, like, forget it.
Yeah.
She was interested in guys in their 30s. That was it.
No, and a woman does not have to be in college or have anything going on. She can just work as a temp and look good in a skirt and be 19, 20, 21. She'll have all the dates. She can date the guy who owns the company.
Now, let me talk about my own resentments, though. Just talking to Dave remind me of things that I just hate about TV and most talk shows. Most TV talk shows would go, Dave, you're right. Let's talk about how awful things are in this society. People have double standards. You're right. They'd go down that path with them as opposed to looking at what's really going on with this guy.
And when they do that, they just end up sort of feeding him.
Yes.
And he walks away feeling more right, and therefore
that's what the
further
culture,
away from the truth.
That's what the culture is about. Let's all get together and let's massage defense.
Right.
And our grandiosity and our, as it feel good so we don't have to deal with our pain.
Yeah, I don't know if you broke it down. I mean, maybe the late 60s, the early 70s, you had a better shot of getting laid than the early 90s when AIDS was at its zenith. But look, you play it right and you're good in any century, any decade. And you play it wrong and you're ass out of luck in any time in this great nation's history. Val?
Sleeping? Already?
No, he's been on hold for 3 minutes, Drew.
There he is. See?
He can't... Drew, you understand that white noise sounds like people sleeping to you. Do you understand that?
Val?
He can't be asleep. He's been on hold for 3 minutes and 41 seconds.
Val?
Anyone who doesn't answer fell asleep. Like when people hang up on you on the phone, Drew, do you assume they fell asleep?
It's late at night.
Are you awake? Hello? Operator? Hello? All right. We'll get back to Val. I had a question for Kirkwood. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
You're Bill, you're 29. What's up? You're on the air.
Hey, first of all, I just want to tell you guys are doing a great job. And that girl, Stephanie, the 16-year-old girl that called up before, she sounds like she's got a head on her shoulders, with all the crap that's happened to her in her life. So she's listening. Hope she continues to do what she's been doing.
Yeah, she was 15, by the way.
Or 15, wow, that's rough. My question for you guys, it's directed towards Dr. Drew. I've used a lot of different types of drugs, never like in quantities, and never anything that's interfered with my life. And I'm just wondering, is there such a thing? Like, I don't think I have like an addiction personality, and I'm just wondering, am I in such denial that I don't even realize that I have like a drug problem because by society standards, I'm succeeding in what I do, or like, can you use and not be effed up?
Yeah, you can use and not be an addict. Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. That you have to have a certain genetic makeup and some certain environmental experiences before addiction really manifests itself.
Okay.
Can drug use be good for you? It's hard to say that. My expectation is young people are going to use drugs, period. I know that. I understand that. But that you're also going to drive fast and do extreme sports and do other dangerous things to yourself, too. And I accept that, too. But to say that there's responsible behaviors in this regard, I don't know.
Well, Bill, what are you doing with your life?
I'm actually a physician.
You're a physician?
Yeah.
Oh, what drugs do you... What kind of physician?
I'm a resident in surgery.
Well,
what kind of drugs do you do?
I mean, I feel I've dabbled in most of the drugs out there. I don't do any one particular type of thing on a regular basis, but I'll go out to a party and do ecstasy on occasion, and then I've done almost all the different types of drugs other than ones that I would consider to be, like I've never shot up or done anything.
Well, why don't you look into mood disturbances and this drug exposure, because you're going to you're going to be unhappy with what you see in the medical literature in terms of chronic, long-term psychiatric symptomatology from a lot of this stuff. So in that sense, you're putting yourself at risk. That does sort of put you in the impaired physician category. If you're not there already, you're going to get there. Yeah. And I have the question, does he have any alcoholism in the family? I mean, surgeons and sort of very intensive areas do have a higher predisposition for alcoholism.
Because it's almost like a thrill-seeking?
It's a thrill thing, yeah.
Is the drug use only social, you think?
Well, let's ask you, the acid test, is there, Bill, the acid test, obviously, is there a family history of alcoholism?
There's not a family history of alcoholism, although my father uses pot. In my opinion, he's addicted, although he obviously would not ever.
Okay, well, that means he's you don't, by alcoholic, I just mean the gene for addiction. Yeah.
I guess there is. I mean, but, the last time I used any sort of illicit substance was, I don't know, months and months ago. Or
all right, then that's fine.
Don't bother us then.
Well, it's all right.
Don't call us and tell us you don't do drugs. Yeah. I was just thinking about, I was driving my car in and I was moving the seat back because the passenger seat, I slid it up because I drove my dad and my stepmom out to my sister's place on Sunday.
Bill, let me talk to Bill before Adam just goes off.
Oh, please.
Hey, let me talk to Bill off the air.
Why?
Damien.
How dare you interrupt my boring Easter story? Why? What do you got to talk to Bill about?
Because, listen, physicians, when they are impaired, can impact a lot of people. If he's impaired, I don't know, but I think he deserves a little more.
Drew, as a physician, you should look at other physicians not as colleagues, but as competition.
No, I don't.
Do you understand that?
I don't look at competition. But
this young,
if you were an airline pilot,
buck, he's bucking for your job. Do you understand?
If you were an airline pilot, I want to talk to him.
He thinks he's the next Dr. Drew.
That's fine.
I heard him. I heard him off the air.
Oh, really?
He said he could do your job drunk, high on X, standing on his head. He called you Dr. Bombay.
Go ahead, Benny Bombats. Go ahead and do the Easter story, please. You're sliding your seat.
Where was it? What'd you find in your car?
Yeah.
No, that's my. I was going to say. I was thinking. I wish my dad drank. It would be an excuse for his retardism. My dad is so confused by technology that even an electric seat in a nice car is something that he can't manage, and it becomes comical. Like, I don't know if your dad has this. I don't know what happens when you get to this age. I mean, my dad was kind of a putz when he was like in his 50s, and now that he's 70, it's a loss. So he jumps in the car. The passenger seat is slid all the way back and practically reclined because that's the way it's most comfortable when you're in it. Well, my stepmom is in the back seat, and I'm tall, and my seat's all the way back. So my dad's a shorter guy. So I say, Dad, slide the seat up. And spazzy guys never disappoint. You know what I mean? Like, if the thing to slide the seat forward was between his legs, he would go for the right side next to the door. And if it was there, he would go between his legs. Like, spazzy guys just screw up. They seem to know instinctively where the answer is and go for that, So the first thing he does is he reaches between his legs and starts feeling around under the seat. Dad, no, it's on the side. So he goes for the inside, No, Dad, on the side there, on the side. And, I'm wanting the car start. I want him to pull out at this point, So he reaches over and he flips something and the seat starts moving up, just upward toward the sky, like some kind of lift
Squashing his head.
that a painting contractor would use, Dad, no, back, Dad, same button, move it. First off, move it forward, would you? Could you move it the direction you want to go? You're moving it up. You want to go forward. What about just the common logic of actually sliding it in the direction that you wish the seat to go? No, that's too much. So now the seat's on. So now he starts moving back a little. I got my stepmom in the back. She's like yelling. He starts to move it. Starts to move it forward, but now it's moving up and forward and starting to spill him out onto the floor mat, And it's like, Dad. Now I'm reaching over him, and my stepmom has her hand stuffed up in there from the back. Dad, no. Now that the part, there's another button where it's reclining. Now he's got that part reclining. What is that?
Spaz. That's the spaz gene.
What does he do when I'm not there? Do you think he's just showing off in front of me?
It's passive aggressive.
It must be just angry.
I think you make him nervous.
No, listen. A shotgun blast would not make him nervous. He's practically dead. He just sits there, has no idea how to work anything. It's the same thing with my grandmother talking into the phone machine. Are you there? Well, who are you? I heard your voice. It's Grandma. Phone machine. 25 years this thing's been around. You have not become comfortable with the concept of me not being home, yet a recording of my voice picking up the phone and asking you to leave. How confusing is that? What is that? To me, that's passive aggressive, Drew.
Hi, this is Adam. Please leave a message.
Please leave a message. Hello, Adam. What is that? Is there a bad gene that my family has?
Well, we've established that.
You know what?
Aside from that,
I'll tell you what's wrong with them. They're like cavemen in the sense that they were not genetically prepared to handle technology, because theoretically my dad cannot afford a car that has an electronic seat on it.
Right.
So from an evolutionary standpoint, the Corollas never got to the point of phone machines and electronic seat.
He was not meant to
biologically was not meant to have an electronic seat. Yeah, he's
Your father's Amish.
He's atheist Amish.
Right.
Yes, he has no belief in God, yet he
lives the
shuns
life.
technology.
It's it's economic Amish.
Yeah, there it is.
You know.
Yes, he's economically Amish.
Yeah.
And it's not that he shuns technology, it's that technology shuns him, which may be different. I got to work this out. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break.
We're going to talk to the junior high school kids.
Yeah, the guys who wrote the essays.
We come back
after this. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Oh, forget about the phone number. We don't need your calls anymore. We got plenty of entertainment here in the studio. Kurtwood Smith is our guest. He's from That 70s Show, Tuesday nights on Fox. He is the dad of all dads. And as we were talking about, and Drew, you're going to want to use your microphone here because you know more about this than I do. We have a couple of young guests, Ryan and Taylor, in the studio. Now, these are students who won a little essay competition we had, Drew.
Right. They, what's your name again? It's
Eric Nichols.
Eric Nichols.
Oh, no one does homework like Drew.
Well,
why do it off the air?
Yeah, I'll do it on the air.
Yeah, sure.
And the class that you were teaching is 8th grade
Journalism
class. See?
Sorry, yearbook class.
Yeah.
Yearbook. Why don't you
Drew, why are you talking to a guy who doesn't have a microphone?
There we go.
Oh, Jesus
Here we go.
Christ. Drew, why couldn't you have just said what was going on?
Do you know what's going on?
Listen, Drew, you just got done saying, we got to get the kids in. We got to get the kids in. We got to get the kids in. So here are the kids.
Okay. But you were doing an 8th grade journalism class.
Right. It's where we do the yearbook.
And you wanted to have us come over to the junior high school, is that right?
And Adam said, no way.
Of course not.
Oh, are you kidding? I get $40,000 in appearance.
And
I'm big time, kids.
Instead, you did an essay contest, and these guys won.
Right.
Yeah, and so they came in, and they watched the show tonight, and Taylor and Ryan won. And I read the essays. They were, I didn't read all of them.
I didn't read either of them.
No, I didn't read the pile. There must have been 30 of them, right?
20-ish.
Then that's the size of your class, correct? And these guys won. No, they were very flattering. They were thought-provoking. I wept. Drew and I had a moment during reading Ryan's, didn't we, Drew?
Yes, that was quite a moment.
Yeah, very nice. The font looks great. Spelling, punctuation, it's all there. So you guys say hi. What you're a little bit young for listening to the show. Is it? Do you learn things from the show?
Yeah.
You do, and
they went to my school of radio, by the way, where you just nod when
they nod.
Spoken to.
You learned that from Drew, watching him work, huh? Watching the old pro nod behind the mic. And his other good move, if you kids want to try this too, is to pull a book out that has large drawings on it and point to pictures and say things like, "See." You see, that's more good radio technique.
They're working on that. That's advanced class.
All right. So now you guys, you listen to the show, and does the whole class listen to the show? It seems a little racy for 13.
Unacceptable.
13, 14-year-old kids. Do the parents, are they upset at you?
Taylor's mom.
Taylor's mom's here.
Well, she's the one that got her to listen to it.
No, I mean, obviously these parents are okay with it, but I mean, there's another 20 kids in the class, so they...
we talk about it in class.
Really?
And ask them if it's okay if they listen to it.
Yeah. And most of the parents, or all the parents, are okay with it?
As far as I know.
Wow. So you've not been fired, sued, or anything like that?
It's pending.
Yeah. I think your days are numbered over there.
So here's a chance for you guys to just say hi to your friends or whatever you want to say. This is it. You're on Loveline.
What's up, guys? Ryan, you lied. You said you were going to call in. You didn't.
Well, they may not have gotten through now, to be fair.
Okay, I wanted to shout out to my best friend, Jessica.
Yeah, and then you guys are in the 8th and going into the 9th, and that's high school, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are going to get scrubbed. It's going to be bad. Yeah, they put toothpaste up your nose. They throw you in the trash can. Seniors are big.
They pee on you.
We did that. I don't think everyone does that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they put your head in the toilet. they're all the seniors are like 6'5", they're like 300 pounds. It's scary. It's scary. Yeah, the women have breast implants. High school's a totally different place.
You'd be surprised on what 8th grade's like.
Oh, really?
As far as
a lot of big behemoths. Right? A lot of women with breast implants.
I was in 8th grade in '88, 14 years ago.
Right.
It was a lot different than 8th grade now.
Yeah. Oh no! Everyone's all grown up now. I mean, I was watching the McDonald's high school basketball like all-star selection team. These guys were all 6'8", 250 pounds, and slam dunking and leaving from the free throw line to dunk. I mean, if you would have seen this same squad in 1960, would have been a bunch of spindly white guys with their socks falling down, shooting a set shot looking like Bob Cousy. Yeah, I mean, it is underhand free throws.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's getting big.
Yeah, and some of the things I hear the students talk about in class, and it's like I didn't know about that or talk about it.
Everybody slow down.
Yeah, slow down.
Seriously.
Don't be in such a hurry. And then, Ryan, no more gel in the hair. Kid looks like a porcupine. You're probably breaking your parents with that stuff. Yeah, it's like $40 a month just on hair goo for you. That's enough. Don't you start wearing a cap. You don't worry about the look. Dad won't let you wear a cap?
No. I can wear one just at school. You can't.
Oh, you can't wear a cap at school?
No.
Why not?
Until high school.
Gang stuff.
Oh, is it a gang thing?
We wear a uniform.
Oh, you wear a uniform?
Yeah.
They can't even wear jackets. They have to wear sweatshirts.
Cool.
And the jackets have to be, or sweatshirts have to be a certain color. Blue or white.
What kind of uniform? Is it? What do they
White
wear?
shirt, blue bottoms.
Oh, really? Is that a private school or a public school?
No, it's a public. But a lot of public schools are going
that
into
way, yeah.
Yep.
I'm down with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, now that you're out.
Yeah. Oh, you guys don't like that?
No.
No, you'd rather wear your trashy devil clothes?
Yeah.
Is that what you rather with your T-shirts with your band names on it? And well, you can you wear his hair? Is this going to pass muster, this hair?
Yeah, kids wear earrings or makeup where they can do their hair like that. But
they can?
Yeah, but they have to wear a white shirt and blue shorts or pants.
All right. So it's a waste because the kid's got a bone through his nose, but he's wearing regulation slacks. Yeah, that's great. All right, you kids, get out of here. I appreciate you coming by, and God bless you. You did a wonderful job, and I don't want to hear anything bad about either one of you two, or I'll come down there for $40,000 and take care of business. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Our pleasure. Who says we don't give back to the community, Drew?
I do.
Oh, yeah. Drew says that. That's right. Well, look, we're not going to come down to some school, but come on down here.
Right.
That's our take, right?
You've set a precedent.
Yeah. No. Whatever. No. Drew and I tell everyone to meet us here.
That's true for anything.
It's great. Somebody wants us to record something.
Sell knives.
Somebody wants to sell some knives. Someone wants to take a picture. Someone wants to do anything. It's like, yeah, meet us down. I'll be down.
It's the only thing we know where we're going to be and every day.
I'll be there, and I'm sort of on the clock. So if you want to waste my time, that's fine. All right, well, that was touching, Drew.
Yeah.
Very touching. All right. Thomas?
Yeah.
You're 24?
Yep.
What's up?
Not much. Adam, you're a very funny guy. Dr. Drew, I respect you a lot. But I really wanted to know, first before I forget, after I'm off, could you guys play the Dr. Drew Boogie?
Jeez. It's been a while.
No. Huh?
It's been a while. No.
Yeah, it has.
All right.
I think
okay, listen, my question for you, Drew, is I work out on an oil rig, and I'm currently in town visiting my kid, Chris, and I recently learned that my wife, while I was gone, is on some serious drugs.
What drugs?
Acid.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Something
you
happened.
got to get on the line here and tell us.
I don't know, something happened to his phone.
Wow, interesting.
His phone just dropped off that way?
Really?
Jesus. All right. Well, maybe you can, Drew. Would you want to try him again?
I don't know.
Thomas? No, he's gone he's 1,000 times gone.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So what about his wife? She's on acid. He works on an oil rig.
Yeah, I need more.
No, you don't. Just tell him what to do if he's listening on his radio.
If she's actually acid does not make addiction. It's just she's sort of reckless drug use, and she may need some help with that.
Well, she's endangering the kid.
Certainly, and if she's addicted to something, him going to Al-Anon and sort of obviously getting some sort of control over the situation, the safety of the child, either by legal means or through Department of Social Services.
He may have to take a pass on his next rig assignment, by the way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think you go out on that rig, you go out for a few months at a time.
Right.
Sounds like a great gig to me. The open sea, bunch of guys.
Well, this is where you're...
This is my life.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
Hetero world.
Hetero world. On just an oil derrick out on some platform out in the North Sea.
Hetero Island.
Yeah. We'll show you Fire Island.
Yeah,
we got Hetero Island.
I think it's going to be a new show on Fox.
Becky?
Yeah.
You're 31?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, guys. I want to tell you that I love your show.
Thanks.
And Drew, I really respect your comments and your input on people.
All right. What's up?
And Adam, be nice to me, okay? I really like you. I'm sensitive. Don't make me cry.
No.
Okay. He's
get to it,
He's
please.
already made one person
All right.
cry tonight.
I have borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with that 3 or so years ago.
Okay.
But had been, I think, previously misdiagnosed because I'd been taking medications for depression.
Well, borderlines usually have serious mood problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, it started out they thought it was depression. So since about 1994, I've been taking various medications.
But it probably was depression. Let's be clear about this.
Okay.
Depression is part of the borderline syndrome.
Right.
All right.
So now I'm diagnosed borderline.
Okay.
And they still cannot find a medication for me that's effective.
Okay. Have you been in any kind of intensive therapy work?
Yes. I have been in counseling since about 1995.
Same therapist?
Licensed counselor.
Same therapist?
Yes.
Okay.
I've switched psychiatrists a few times.
Okay.
But they want to do electroconvulsive therapy on me.
Okay, well that's
because sort of as a last resort, it's sounding like, and I don't trust that at all.
Well, shock therapy is very, very effective, and they've been using it a lot more these days, and it's where people are going when the medications have no effect. Now, I would think you'd only want to be doing this if your depression is disabling or dangerous. In other words, you're having a lot of suicidal ideation, that kind of thing. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's
okay. So your life is in danger because
alleviated for the time being. It'll only last a week or so, but when the down comes back, it's...
Are you doing drugs?
No. I had been, and I think I've gotten panic attacks from...
What drug?
As a result.
What drug?
Meth.
Okay.
No, baby, you can't be messing with
No, I
speed.
don't do it anymore. I haven't done it for about 3 months.
Has anybody ever treated you as an addict? In other words, a 12-step model?
No, I've not been in 12-step programs.
So that would be, a lot of people with borderline disorders and or who at least manifest borderline features are actually addicts and will respond well to 12-step kinds of interventions.
I do. I just don't like the people. I'm one of those people.
Yeah, but you're looking for alternatives to some very, very aggressive interventions, and that's something that you could consider.
All right. Well, what about the shock therapy? Good, safe. They've worked out all the bugs.
It's people are paralyzed and they're put under anesthesia, so they don't actually have a seizure. You don't see anything.
Right.
Just when you monitor the brainwaves, you see these seizures.
And it works, does it not?
It raises those chemicals. It's got side effects. People have memory disturbances and. Though sometimes unpleasant side effects, but sort of medications too.
Kurtwood, you were in Girl Interrupted, were you not?
Yeah, I was.
Didn't they
Sent that girl off to
had some shock therapy in that, didn't they? Or was it just a loony bin?
She was in the loony bin. Did she have shock?
I can't remember if she got the shock or not.
Usually they do. It seems like most movies that take place.
The scene, and Anderson is saying yes.
Yeah, somebody did.
So you're an expert on this.
Oh, yes.
Is it effective means?
Oh, I think so. It didn't used to be. I mean,
no, they worked out the bugs.
So what did they do? They just refined it, I guess? Because remember, they would do it and it would just like fry people.
Yeah, in terms of the way the energy is delivered and the polarity of the energy and whatnot and how long the seizures go for. It's all really highly refined now. But it's aggressive. Let's make no mistake about it. It's an intervention and it's aggressive. And
all right,
it's
but
people have life-threatening depressive disorders.
Because remember, that's what happened to Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, but that whole rendition of mental health services just doesn't exist anymore. Anything like
Drew,
that.
would you say that shock therapy has gotten a bad rap?
I
over
would
the
say it's got a
years?
bad rap.
You rarely see anyone have a positive experience with shock therapy as portrayed in movies.
Yeah.
Did you?
That's true.
All right. And then there was like Frances Farmer.
But that was a lobotomy.
Oh, didn't she have some shock?
She probably had shock, too, before they did lobotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lobotomy is another thing that gets a fairly bad rap.
Yeah.
Take another look at that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Kurtwood Smith is our guest tonight. He is the TV's #1 dad.
All right.
Replacing Tom Bosley from Happy Days. And we have a question for him right now. Jeff?
Yes.
29. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. You two are classic. You do a real positive thing, and I just want to say thanks.
Thanks.
And my question is, hey, Kurt, your character you have on your show, what's that based on? Is that something you kind of came up with by yourself, or was it like, were you emulating someone, or...
Well, of course, the character was written by the creators of the show, Mark Brazil, Bonnie, Terry Turner. But and they based the character, sort of on their dad, and I definitely based him on my dad.
On your dad, so that's how you got the way that you act the part. You got that from your father?
Yeah, the way I behave.
Right.
Because they write what I say and
right,
what we do. But yeah, sort of my behavior is based on him.
Right. So when you started, was it like your passion? You wanted to be an actor, and you were like out there all fired up, trying to get it done, or did you just kind of happen upon it?
In a way, I sort of happened upon it. I just, I took a course while I was in college, while I was busy flunking out of another major, and discovered I was pretty good at it. And then this sort of the passion sort of developed as I went along.
Cool. And you know what? Can I ask Drew a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about the depression medication called Celexa.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm taking, and I was wondering about it.
It's a mild antidepressant. It's a good one. It can have the usual sexual dysfunction side effects, though less intensely than some like Zoloft or Prozac.
People are very generous. I just thought, they like to talk to Kurtwood about his character, his motivation, and then his question about his antidepressant medication comes second, only once he's found out the motivation for your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yep. There's not enough of that going on in the world. Monica?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Yeah.
You caught your dad cheating on your mom?
Yeah.
How long ago?
It was like a couple months ago.
How did you catch him?
Like, he was like in a room downstairs, and he came out with the towel like wrapped around him. And like, I knew the lady was there, but I thought, they're friends or whatever. So then, like, he came out with the towel, and, like, I didn't say anything because, I don't want him to, like, hit me or
Did he know you were there?
No, not at the... Well, he knew I was in the house, but not downstairs.
And has he ever hit you before?
Well, yeah, but not, like, roughly or anything.
Oh, boy.
Where was your mom at the time?
She was, like, in a vacation. She's taking a vacation.
All right.
So who was this woman? Do you know her?
Well, she was, okay, I guess, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that my parents were having, like, a threesome or something.
With her?
Yeah. So
why are you sure of that? Your mom was on vacation.
No, not at that time, like, before.
Yeah, well, how do you know?
Do you have other brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a little sister and an older brother.
Can you talk to the older brother about this?
Yeah, but right now he's, like, in the Air Force, so...
All right, but just hold your parents have a very... problematic relationship, and that's their problem. They're keeping it together right now. God only knows what's up with them. I would talk to your brother, see if maybe he can talk to them a little bit on your behalf.
And brother got the hell out of Denver
I'm
as
sure
soon as he could, and I suggest Monica do the same.
Of course.
Hey, Monica, let me explain your job.
Okay.
I have a 15-part plan for your life, but I'm only going to give you the first 3 or 4, all right?
Get out.
No. You spend as much time as you possibly can at school,
And with your friends.
You get involved with all sorts of extracurricular activity, right? You know, cheerleading, whatever, drill team, music class. Huh?
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You get your grades good, and you go far away to some lesbian college, and you leave your screwball parents just to hump themselves to death with the fat neighbor chick.
Maybe Kurtwood ought to say it as Brett.
Yeah.
But
Get out of there.
I wasn't sure if my mom knew about what they did.
Oh, and listen, don't get involved. If you think they're having a threesome, then is this really cheating?
It's already, their relationship already is a mess. So.
And look, don't you get screwed up with men.
Okay.
Don't get some abusive prick. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because that's who you're going to gravitate to. Your dad's kind of an idiot, and you're going to hook up with some idiot, and you're going to get pregnant in a year and a half. Yeah. And I can hear, by the way you laugh, that you're not going to be using birth control. So listen to me. You do not get pregnant. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a boyfriend now?
Yeah.
Are you having sex with him?
No.
All right.
Well, you will be, and you will be soon, and you're going to need birth control. Do not screw up that way, all right?
Okay.
Here's the thing you should all be wanting to do. Defy your horrible parents by having great lives.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. My retarded dad.
That's what you do.
Trying to fix, he's trying to get my electronic seat moving on my Jag. I laugh like a madman when I drop him off at his crappy valley house. With his, the only reason he doesn't drive a pile of S is because I lease it for him. If he was left on his own, he would be driving like an 82 Buick Skylark or something. I laugh like a madman as I drive to my hillside manor. I really do. It feels good. And I don't know why people are so hell-bent on joining their parents in their hellish lifestyle.
Or making themselves worse than their parents.
Or being worse, yeah. Oh, yeah, themselves. My mom had me at 17. I'll crank one out at 16. I'll show her. No.
There is always that.
Stop
I'll
that.
Show them.
Yes, show them by having a good life and then mock them. That's what I do.
Get a radio show where you can really give them grief.
Yeah, get a national show where you can yell about it on the air. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, I want to thank Kurtwood Smith for coming in here tonight. That 70s show, Tuesday nights
Thank
at
you guys. It's been
8
great.
o'clock. Yeah, come back anytime you like.
Absolutely.
I want to thank Lauren for doing a good job filling in for Producer Ann, and Producer Ann doing a good job for filling in for herself. I want to thank Tara, don't call me Tara, goddammit, for doing a good job on the phones, even though she wrote Kirkwood down. She wrote Kurtwood Smith on one of the calls, and I said Kirkwood, and then she came in and said, you keep calling him Kirkwood.
She wrote it up there. It's nice.
You wrote it on the guy.
Very nice.
Baby. Come on. Oh, that was Damien, who I was going to thank until he wrote Kirkwood on the screen. And I want to thank Anderson for doing a great job sliding those potentiometers all week. And
why?
Our special guests, Ryan and Taylor, who won the big Loveline essay competition for 2002. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. Listen, if you knew how much they paid us, you'd think we sucked. Believe me.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.